The Danish talk of Schadenfreude, and the Dutch of leedvermaak. In Hebrew, enjoying other people's catastrophes is simcha laed. In Mandarin, shingzai leho. In Serbo-Croat, it is zluradost, and in Russian, zloradstvo. More than 2,000 years ago, Romans spoke of malevolentia. Earlier still, the Greeks described epichyrokakia, literally epi, over, chairo, rejoice, kakia, disgrace. To see others suffer does one good, wrote the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. To make others suffer even more so. This is a hard saying, but a mighty, human, all-too-human principle. For the Melanesians who live on the remote Nissen Atoll in Papua New Guinea, laughing at other people's pain is known as banbanam. At its most extreme, it involves taunting a dead rival by exhuming their corpse and scattering the remains around the village. More of an everyday sort of banbanam is gloating at someone's humiliating failure behind their back. As when the rival villagers' feast day is rained on because their weather magician's spells fail, or a wife grabs her cheating husband by the testicles and ignores his pleas for mercy. Banbanam is a kind of resistance, too. Melanesians still enjoy telling the story of how an Australian government minister visited the village, got annoyed because the villagers wouldn't do what he wanted, drove away in a huff, and crashed into a tree. In historical portraits, people beaming with joy look very different to those slyly gloating over another's bad luck. However, in a laboratory in Würzburg in Germany in 2015, 32 football fans agreed to have electromyography pads attached to their faces, which would measure their smiles and frowns while watching TV clips of successful and unsuccessful football penalties by the German team and by their arch rivals, the Dutch. The psychologists found that when the Dutch missed a goal, the German fans' smiles appeared more quickly and were broader than when the German team scored a goal themselves. The smiles of Schadenfreude and joy are indistinguishable except in one crucial respect. We smile more with the failures of our enemies than at our own success. Make no mistake, over time and in many different places, when it comes to making ourselves happy, we humans have long relied on the humiliations and failures of other people. There has never really been a word for these grubby delights in English. In the 1500s, someone attempted to introduce epicaricacy from the ancient Greek, but it didn't catch on. In 1640, the philosopher Thomas Hobbes wrote a list of human passions and concluded it with a handful of obscure feelings which want names. From what passion proceedeth it, he asked, that men take pleasure to behold from the shore the danger of them that are at sea in a tempest? What strange combination of joy and pity, he wrote, makes people content to be spectators of the misery of their friends. Hobbes's mysterious and terrible passion remained without a name, in the English language at least. In 1926, a journalist in The Spectator asserted that there is no English word for Schadenfreude because there is no such feeling here. He was wrong, of course. Enjoying other people's mishaps and misery feels as much part of British culture as tea bags and talking about the weather. For what do we live but to make sport for our neighbors and laugh at them in our turn, proclaims Mr. Bennet in that most beloved, apparently quintessentially English of novels, Pride and Prejudice. Nothing unites us more strongly in self-righteous joy than an MP caught cooking the book.